Every time I start a stream, my camera's in a different position. It's probably better. Okay, where's my book? Actually, I might do this guy. Quick, change the title. Maybe I'll do like. Start this. This is very skinny lad, isn't he? Let's just start with this sphere-y boy then. Actually, let's document. Okay, so the Streamlabs chatbot is the other viewer. Nice. Thought I lost my Stylus. Oof. We need some more water. I mean, you're not going to see his eyes, but they're going to be about there. And then... probably pull that up a little bit. So we need like the big Adam's apple going on there as well. It's got to be real goofy. I don't actually think he'll be the mini boss, but he'll be like the equivalent to an elite, like a rare spawn kind of thing. Sorry, just checking a message. We are all good. So let's see. Today, sorry, slow day. Which is, you know, it's good after the holidays to have a bit of downtime, but yeah, not particularly eventful day. Got a date for the Crusade game, which will be 17th. So I need to work out and make sure that I've got all of my points sorted for that. Let's do the nose. Other than that, what else happened today? Not much really. It's been a bit of a quiet one. First week back anyway, so. That's probably good for the head so far. We won't add too much detail. We'll add more to the to the body. So he's going to be like holding a big sort of vat, maybe full of crystals or something like that. So we want to give him quite a long body, I think. So let's append. We'll probably just do a spear, I think. Move out some shoulders. We'll just like stretch this geometry as much as possible. It's very frail back. Something like that, and then like a almost like a skinny upper chest, but like a little bit of a beer gut, I think will be good. Crack into so we might make this a little bit bigger. we want to have it long, because to have lanky arms, like if we look at this, like this guy that the actual model that I've done, his arms, his hands, if they're actually straight, would probably come down to almost like his knees. He's got very stumpy legs. But if you want a lanky character, you need to have a longer body, usually, or you have very long thighs, because the hands should be below the hips. So let's leave that for a moment. Let's like the other guy, we'll do the arms as a separate piece and the hands as a separate piece as well. So if these are our hips here, that'll be the bottom of the arm, and then the hands will come below that. Actually, it might even come a little bit further down, something like that. And then we're just going to this one. Maybe not that low. Not putting in any accurate muscles, but just somewhere where the elbow might bend, which I think, yeah, it is there. And then we might just kind of like reverse inflate a bit of the arm here. bit here too. It's a good start anyway. Let's put that back on. Sorry, just checking something. Okay. Whoops, supposed to go in here. Hello. Okay. Try to keep in the habit, even though like we've only just started, of posting up the stream start times on places. Okay. To be delicate balancing act here with this book, so I can actually see the rest of the drawing. And then we want legs. So we'll put in another Z sphere. And selects. Not really sure how long I'll make the legs, but from this angle might be a bit easier to see. That should be fine. And then we'll give it a bit of geometry. Just kind of end up with this like log of brown, or browny orange. Oh, excuse me. And then we'll just kind of start. just giving a little bit of shape. So let's just see how this all looks duplicated as well. So don't forget we got the hands, so they'll come down a little bit more, and then the feet. The other ones have boots, but I think he'll be barefoot. I think his only clothes, he'll have a helmet. Maybe like some torn shorts or something like that. Like very inappropriate for a mining workplace. Let's move this up a bit. That's probably better. I'm wondering if we make the neck a little longer, maybe. We'll see. Alright. Let's... append a sphere. Can make his feet. Yeah, so his feet will be 3 claws because the hands on the others were 3 front claws and then the 4th thumb. So let's do that. Probably don't need some symmetry on that. Get the shape right and we'll just bring it back in. Doesn't need to be that big. I think long, wide feet will be good. Kind of almost building them like shoes, but they won't be shoes. again, this is getting too long now with the toes and then the claws on top. So we'll just select half that and then we'll just shoot. And it doesn't have to be super accurate. We'll just move it down a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Let's just make a really big move and we'll just push. Still a little too long. And then we can add the claws in there. Once we start getting some details in, I think this guy's going to be really goof. Alright, let's save. And then we'll do a quick duplicate. Send myself the file. I'm just sending myself a picture. Give me a second. don't know why my phone decides that whenever I send something through Messenger, like an image, it'll be like, image sent. It's like, no shit. Okay, let's make the hands. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to click. Shit. Behind the scenes. We don't need that. We'll do the hand slider. Let's do some work on this. So we need a bit of geometry for this. Just gonna make a center line for the moment. You'll see why in a second. Just so I can start measuring some stuff out. So it's probably like here. Kind of just start building out almost like a sickly, thin mole person. So this is obviously a person. this shelled up here. This is a bit of the opposite of the original model that I made, which is quite large. I was going to say tubby, but he's not. There's built muscle in there as well. I was going to organize over the weekend. I'm actually editing this sort of keystone guardian. I'm going to remove the top knot and then print out a few if I can. So they will look more like, well, I mean, it's literally the same. So they will look more like that. Come on, camera. You were doing so well yesterday. Yeah, so without the hair, there's like I can't just cut it off. I need to smooth it because there's like a hair thing there. But yes, and then we will print them and do another run of prints for people to paint. Sweet. Oh, I need some reference now for the back. Very thin people have their spine showing a little bit, so we'll make another center line. so that we can add some showing spine, and then we'll sort of get rid of the rest so it'll blend in, but let's just add a few spine bits first. Get a little larger down the bottom, and then we'll really smooth that out. And we're going to start seeing some of the ribs there. Go back to this. Gone overboard a little bit, but we'll bring it back as well. This armpit is a bit too high as well, or too bit low rather. Take that down, and then we might just So let's actually connect this neck so it actually looks like it's part of this now. And then we still want to start building geometry, it's probably not enough. We need the skull to go back a little bit too. Just making that a little more subtle. Okay. So we probably want a bit of a sharper mouth look as well. Edge the nose in a little bit. That's probably fine. Let's let's append teeth in so we can get a sense of how big we want those to. So that'll be there, thin. So something like that to start, and then we'll add a little bit higher. Yeah, we'll do some symmetry on this. So we're gonna smooth it down so it looks like a smooth rectangle, and then we'll give it some shape. actually probably needs to be more in the center, which means it needs to be back a little bit. So if it's going to be back, we'll rotate it. It's probably fine. And then we'll give it like almost like a sharp edge. And then a little bit at the back as well. Bit more geometry, just so it can keep that shape. So if we, just so I can see what it looks like, let's duplicate. So they need to be a little closer. So let's delete and move in a little bit. I might make it a bit longer. Good. We'll put an eye so that shit looks real as well. Again, I doubt you'll even see the eye in the actual final model because the hat's going to be covering it, I think, or at least one side. I feel like we might have gone too far with the skinny, but we'll see. We'll add some more detail anyway, because I want to put some like, not rocks, but sort of like scales on his shoulder, and then coming down the ribs. I think it'll be less furry than the normal ones as well. So he'll have his own hard hat. Did legs at the gym today, so they're all a bit stiff. colors are working in this one. I put up a video this morning. I just don't think I published it or something. But it's going now, so that's good. I don't want my camera on. Thank you. Hi Redvoid, welcome to the channel. Just doing some ZBrush at the moment. How are you? Yeah, good, thanks. Good. Just trying to make like a derpy sort of Moleman slash creature of the underground. So yeah, just working on that at the moment. So I want this to cover the eyes. So probably just needs to be really big. And then we'll shape it a little bit, because I mean helmets aren't completely spherical, so. God, that was loud. It does look like Pink Panther, yeah. Forgot how I'm actually listening to music, obviously can't have it for copyright reasons, but yeah, that just came across very loud, the follow, but thank you, really appreciate it. Alright. There's probably better ways of doing this, but whatever. We'll almost make it like maybe almost like a paperboy's hat, like an English paperboy's hat. Pull that out a little bit like that. And then we'll give it the rim, or actually, I wonder if we can do this. There might not be enough geometry for this, but we'll see. I mean, it looks horrible, but we can fix it a little bit. Okay, so that will work, but we'll do this first. So these this is one of a few characters that will be part of a development for, I mean, it's a long project, but for a board game, hopefully. That's a little bit off. It's just clipping through the ears, but that's alright. We can just move his ears down. So just hanging out on Twitch, or are you an artist as well, or like what are you into, Red Void? Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Oh no, that's not good. Alright, hold on. I don't like putting it in solo mode because it'll like freak out. Okay, it's not doing it just yet. So will this play up again if we... Okay. Yeah, so it might have just been that there was a hole there, that's fine. I'm streaming right now, taking a break. Ah, sweet. Well, do you stream games or art or... art right now? Perfect. That's good. We need more artists. Especially in the world that's been taken over a little bit by an Apex later. Yeah, Apex is good. Haven't played in a while, but I remember it being quite fun. Yes, but we do need more artists, especially in the world that's at the moment just being swamped by AI. So anything to show people that there are still creative people out there, I think is good. You don't have to be good, but just to do something. I'll just save this guy if you're still around, and I'll just quickly show one of the other models that I've been working on too. So this is what I worked on a couple of days ago, and it's a completely different kind of character. So sort of two-part miniature with the head and the tail of like a lava worm, sort of breaking out of the ground there. It's not finished just yet, but it's pretty close. But it was fun to work on, and a little unexpected because I wasn't expecting to do the the lava details at all. I was expecting it to be, I don't know, I didn't really know what to expect, but yeah, he's come out pretty well. These stream bots. I don't know how to get rid of that message, but that's fine. Yeah, so he's pretty much done. I'll do what's called like an asymmetrical pass, so pose him, and then say like on these rocky bits, start doing little chips, but not in any symmetrical pattern, and then we'll print them out, and then the Keystone Guardian on the stream at the moment is my first miniature. It's not available just yet, but once the website's developed, we'll start selling miniatures, and once I have a bit of a backlog, because there's a few other things that I've been working on that would love other people to see and make a little bit of money on the side, and keep keep away from the starving artist sort of meme, as it were, now these days. But I'll leave him for now. And we'll go back to what we were working on before. So obviously this will come a long way to look as good as that, but steps at a time, and we'll get there. Five weeks, nice. Digital art is actually hard. Like, you would think that maybe it would be easier because you can undo and redo things, but in some respects, sometimes that makes it more difficult. But there's such a wealth of knowledge out there, especially for digital art, tutorials, programs, free programs, especially more than when I was learning to do art. So is it just drawing, or is it more 3D digital art that you're doing? Titty, I think. Yeah. Fair enough. mean, yeah, putting yourself out there is the hardest part. And this isn't the first time that I've done it myself. But it never gets easier. You just have to kind of embrace it. So I wish you all the best for that. Back to that, but that's so we'll need to pull the inside. We'll actually need to make the inside so that it actually is sitting on him, but we'll leave that for now. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if I want all of this here, so I might make him a vest. But maybe just like a very skinny one. To sort of fit in with his frame. A really low, you know, there's like gym bro vests that go really low and really far around the back, and then really low down here as well. Probably shouldn't have modeled all this in, but I'm trying animating. Yeah. You know what? If there's one thing I can recommend for animating, and just give me a second, I'll grab it. So this is a book by Richard Williams called The Animator's Survival Kit. And it is probably the best book on animation there is, because all the principles still are the same. So it goes through things like walk cycles. And then what else? Like follow through. Yeah, it's the best, and it's, you know, it's a thick book, so it'll have a lot of information in it. But was a great help during uni days. And that's the Animator's Survival Guide by Richard Williams. This one is the expanded edition, so I don't know what the original edition has, but this is the full edition, and there might have been revisions since I bought this back in 2000 and 2007, something like that. Let's take that screensaver off. So I'm sure you'd be able to pick up a copy on like Amazon or something like that. So let's yeah, that'll do. Perfect. And then we can reshape all the doing visual effects, animation. Yes. Visual effects. I assume that's what the V is. Visual effects or just video effects. And there's no like good place to start with animation. It was never my strongest suit. I always liked modeling, so this 3D art stuff. It just depends on what you like, and you'll only know what you like through trial and error. So if visual effects doesn't take your fancy, try character animation. If that doesn't take your fancy, there's UI or environment asset animation, and then the principles all apply. So once you learn the principles, you can apply that to pretty much everything. In terms of programs, though, I can't really suggest anything because pretty sure the version of Flash that I used back in my studying days either doesn't exist anymore or would be so far removed from anything that's industry standard that it wouldn't even be worth talking about. But obviously doing some research on that too could help. Okay. I've heard of Blender. I think I have heard of Creator. I think it's on Steam. I haven't actually. I might even have it wishlist, but I've never looked into it. I've still got an old version of Photoshop and Flash from like 2010, 11, something like that. Maybe 9. need to replace this tablet though, I think. It keeps sticking. So, probably something I'll look into purchasing soon. And it's not sticky. The pen and the tablet surface is not responding, so it feels like it's in the programs it's sticking because it doesn't know where the points of pressure are. Keyboard mouse is still a good way to start. And although Wacom is seen as industry standard, there are, again, a lot more companies now doing their own tablets. This is the one I have. You can see it's super old. It's got scratches everywhere, and it is a Wacom one. It is an Intuos 4. I think it's the medium size. I think you can get one larger and one smaller, but again, it's not something that I've actually looked into for a while. And it does take some getting used to. That's right, I was going to give him pants. And I guess we can do half and then duplicate it. So let's just... So for these, because it doesn't matter. For the shorts, because the legs will probably change a little bit anyway. We'll duplicate them and just merge them together so that they're one object. I think that's reset this, hasn't it? No. But we can drop it down a little bit. Okay, good. Just move this up so there's a bit of separation in the legs as well, even though the actual legs, thighs are too big, but that's fine. So that probably should look a little ripped, so let's do that as well. Oh, and the backside. Starting to look dorky, which is good. Hands, I need to do the hands. And finish the feet. I've still got another hour and a half, so that's right. Probably shouldn't be drinking this though. In fact, I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Just out of curiosity, how did you find the channel? Or how did you find the stream? Just the one person with 0 views, probably. really like how this guy's turning out. He's going to be carrying a big pot. I don't know why. I just thought it would be funny. Like a lanky dude carrying something extremely heavy. Just realised the feet aren't flat. Oh, we can fix that. Let's add the tail. It's probably the last major thing. Just quickly do that. So the tail's going to be quite straight, I think. The thing is, for a 3D print, that's gonna just break. So probably make that a little shorter, I think. something like that. Why does this always go down? That's stupid. Yeah, that's probably better. Not so big, can still be thick so that it doesn't snap. And we can obviously shape it when we come to posing, but I think that's fine. Just for kicks, let's make the pot, or at least get the size for that too. He's got such long arms, so it could be quite big, I think. Probably something like that. And I'm just wondering if we... even just did something like that. So it looks like he has something to put it down with, but he's going to be struggling. So let's try this again. I don't understand why one side is very pixelated and the other's not. Let's... that's better. So that'll be the jar. I mean, it might not even be hollow. I'll probably put something in it. This probably doesn't need to be hollow, but that will do. And then we'll just inflate it. Not that much. We'll just inflate the edges because it's gonna look like that the iron when it sort of like ages and it's like got bumpy bits on it. So it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Otherwise I'd model it a different way, but this looks fine. Probably don't need all that geometry now. So if we append a ring, so if we do this and then we'll just have to guess. And it's not too bad. It's just something to break up the shape and not make it so pointy too. So something like that I think will be good. And then as I said, we'll start adding details and things like that too. Hopefully it's cool enough now I can turn the air off. Because one, it's expensive to run. Two, it does cause a little bit of noise. And I can turn this off now. Hide that, don't need that. So, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Perfect. I think I want to add some details to this hat. Let's extract this a little bit. make an edge here. Nice. What else? Oh, let's add the claws to the feet too. Claws. The good thing about these is I do one and pretty much just duplicate it. Do the middle one. Certainly a big advantage with digital art, the ability to just copy and paste the same asset. I don't know if I need a sharp edge on this. I think the toe ones will be fine just like this. Probably save too. And then, as I said, just duplicate. Take the symmetry off, move. And then we'll we'll just make these ones a little smaller. Just going to change the color as well. It's probably a bit too far forward, but I do like to do like work in progress pictures. So I'm just going to do one quickly here. Do I give him gloves or not? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Probably needs maybe like a belt or something in the middle. While I think, I'll just hollow out this hat and just hope that we could probably do it this way, can't we? Okay, it will do it for me. That's good, that's good. Is that still being masked when I'm deleting it? This, okay, it's better. What did I decide? Will I do... Let's just put in a tire and we'll just see what that looks like. I mean, his body's going to be blocking it anyway. Not his body, the jar's going to be blocking it anyway, so I don't know if it's even worth it, but... that wasn't symmetrical. X. I don't know, maybe. I don't think I like that. I don't think I need anything there. Delete. As I said, the pot's going to be covering it anyway. Shirt, trousers, tail. Let me fix up the tail a little bit. Oh, gloves. I don't know. Let me just save. Let's just open the other guys up as well. I mean, this guy's actually needing a lot more work now than the one I've literally just made today. So, I will probably end up doing a lot of that on the weekend though. So let's just go back to our guy. Alright, let's delete that. And we'll just do some work on their hands for the last half hour or something like that. Get another drink of water. His hand's just very thick. I don't think I meant to make it so thick for how skinny this lad is. Alright, that'll do, because they'll probably change when I actually like position them into in and around the pot. So let's just add some claws. These are hand claws that I will give that like sharp edge to. So what we'll probably do is like have it there and build it this way, and then we'll move it into position once we have the right shape. Because we can still symmetry here. A little more. Should be fine. So that's Yep, that looks fine. So let's just duplicate that. Okay, claws in. So reduplicate this. Yeah, that's pretty much all the main parts now sorted. Do I give him a chin strap for the helmet or not? Might have to decide on that. Because that would be fun. It would add to the dorkiness. It's just like his chin's not in a good spot for that. I think it'll be fine. I was gonna give him an earring though, I think. Like just on one side. But I don't think I wanted to do that. And we want to append a ring. The thing with making a 3D model is that you don't really want to have too long of a piece coming off because it'll snap for one. And we're not making anything really in individual pieces except for like the really big ones because the printer itself can't physically print those sizes. Oops. Just kind of reducing the thickness of his ear a little bit so I can get this earring in. They can't. There can be a little bit of a gap. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually like really proud of how quickly that, I mean, that started as a sphere about 2.5 hours ago, and we're here. Is it a sphere? Might have been a Z sphere. Either way, it looks good. Let's do another. Just doing another save, another work in progress picture. So we'll start adding details to all of this stuff. I think next stream we'll do one tomorrow. That'll be Wednesday. And then Thursday is my day off, and then I'll be back on Friday and then Sunday. So the either or stream will be Sunday. But yeah, we have our first actual viewer today, which is good. Another follow, fantastic. And oh, we've got the pot as well in there somewhere. So he'll be holding that. Some crystals in there. Hopefully another fun one to paint up to. It's different, you know, like something that you don't see, hopefully, as often, something with a little unique. And him being a thin, skinny version of the larger guys will be good. And then we'll do the foreman or prospector as well. He will be not as skinny, but not as large as the worker moles. And then the boss for the mission will be the lava worm, which we've been working on. So let's just. It's funny how Twitch gives you achievements. What was I going to search? Yes. I'll come back to that in a sec. While I'm, because I still need to kind of hit the 3 hours. What else can I do? Let's just add some crystals in this thing, shall we? So we'll append a cube. I'm wondering if this sphere might be better. So it doesn't really matter how big this guy is, and then we'll go geometry. And then we'll just flatten some areas off. Try and get like a gemstone looking surface going on here. Quick solo just to flatten the bottom. Doesn't seem to be doing that thing, 'cause you used to do this thing where you go into solo and then every time you move, this would stay on screen, but everything else would flash on and off. So I don't know why that's not doing that anymore, but it's kind of good because I prefer it not to. Another sphere. Don't know how big these crystals are going to be, but let's just make a few anyway. So maybe do one with a really long flat edge like that. And then So unlike the the lava worm, I use a brush called Crumple to give it to give the rocks that are coming out the bottom very jagged look. Doesn't really matter if these are touching, I suppose. Oh, what happened there? Because we'll probably do the same and put in the rocks and move them around, make them look nice, and then we'll put in sort of another shape, just one that fills the entire thing, that can have like a noise on it just to bridge the gap. Hey Chalk, how are you? I'm only on for another 15, but thanks for joining. So I started this character today. Discord wasn't updating till I reset. Yeah, it's all good. Not mad about it. But yeah, I started this guy today from nothing and kind of getting along with the design. So it's coming on good. Sort of very lanky, dopey looking mole guy. So this is for the board game that I'm making, or will be, a very long project. That'll could take all year, but he'll be one of the mini bosses for it. So he'll be carrying this big heavy load of rocks and crystals and things. And then his attacks or moves will be pretty much just bludgeoning people with the pot and throwing crystals. But the theme for the first lot of enemies that I want to do is sort of moles and mines and mining. So doing something different from dwarves or goblins. Obviously moles are underground creatures anyway, so they already fit. And then you probably saw the worm, but the worm would be the final boss. So it'd be like the equivalent of the dragon of the lair kind of thing. And it'll be a 3v environment situation. So 3 players, 1 dungeon master, game master, and have sort of a mix of Last Stand meets WoW dungeon or any MMO dungeon meets tabletop gaming meets D&D, just everything really. Everything sort of RPG or tabletop. I'm just adding some crystals and rocks to this, and then saving and going to bed. So how much of the 500 Worlds Necron stuff have you got on order, or will have on order by the time it comes out? All of it. 6 Nightbringers and everything else in duplicate, right? I put in an interest. Because is it like, it seems like it's just like, Necrons probably were due an update, so here's some stuff. And then also the 500 worlds for the Ultramarines. Hoping they do themed updates for models. That'd be cool. That would be cool. More things to paint in that marble texture though, so that'll be fun. A marble version of the Nightbringer would be sick. That's fair. This is your iron hands, isn't it? Like the Dawn of War box? Or did you buy... I know you bought the individual, dude. Just like bits and pieces from your eBay purchases and stuff. I know you talked about someone like picking up the wrong model and you getting some Space Marine stuff as well. Repulsor, ah, yes, of course. Gladiator. Like a Space Marine thing? Oh, floaty tank. Yes, the Predator on not wheels. That's cool. Do I have one of those? No, I've got a transport. Wait, what comes in the old Black Templar box? Oh, I see. Yeah, I have the Black Templar box comes with a floaty tank too, but it's just a transport one. Alright, let's save this. Yeah, that's true. Like with everyone buying the Leviathan set and just selling that in pieces, I can see you being able to pick up a heap of stuff when that came out. Or was it? Yeah. Yeah. I really hope that the 11th edition isn't a really good starter set with orcs in it, because I'm gonna cry, because I really don't want to. I really want an orc army again, but I don't want to buy it yet. But if it's really good value, well, we'll see. I mean, it'll be Marines and orcs, so it fits into two armies that I want. Like if it's all bikes and choppers and killer cans and or death dreads, yeah, I'll be happily upset. Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll find out. It's still got all the 500 world stuff to announce anyway. But coming up, I'll add one more here. You're streaming in before the week. Yeah, so the schedule will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is my break day, Friday, and then either Saturday or Sunday. And then it'll be 7:30 till 10:30, and then on the weekends it'll depend, but probably from 10 till at least 2, but maybe till 4, just depending on what I've got to do. And we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, one weekend. Because otherwise I'm not going to get this project done. So. And Thursday's not even a break. Thursday's just stuff that I can't really do on stream, like writing. I mean, I can, but, calculating stats and writing rules. Yeah, it's a good start. And it might be intermingled with some painting, like I did painting yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Hard to talk and write, and because you're streaming, you're either talking or listening to music, and listening to music is hard as well. Well, I will keep a tab and check here, and perfect. That sounds good. I'm pretty much about to end tonight's stream anyway, because we're at 3 hours. I need to sleep, and I need to save the stream, so download it. So yeah, I probably won't post every time that I stream in the certain Discords, but the schedule shouldn't change unless I'm sick. So yeah, perfect. All right. If I don't see you, I'll catch you on the weekend anyway. Alrighty, and with that, I'll see everyone later.